Remember that you're applying to people, not job descriptions. Hiring managers, recruiters, they want to hire a person, not a resume. Everyone says hiring is very hard, and it is, but I had this, initiative of finding other undiscovered people who I knew could succeed in tech. They tend to be startups and tech companies who have a little bit more flexibility in how they think about hiring, and they're open to new solutions, and their hiring managers see the value.
Hi everyone. So another guest today will be joining us. Her name is Malinda. She helps leaders at tech companies connects them with top tech tier candidates, which is important because a lot of companies these days are after really good quality candidates, and you need to make yourself stand out amongst thousands of other companies who are hiring for top talent. Let's welcome Malinda on 10 minutes of hiring wisdom, where she will tell us about what it takes to attract top candidates on the positions that you're currently working for, and how we can learn from her experiences. Hi Melinda, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, excited to chat hiring and getting a job.
Of course. So Melinda, can you tell us about your journey, where you currently work?
Absolutely. I'm the co-founder of Lessons Up. We help startups and tech companies hire undiscovered talent. And I got into this because I was actually a teacher at the outset of the iPad. So I've been in tech for a little while and pivoted overnight into product management. Literally went from being in the classroom to leading a team of designers and engineers to build enterprise products with clients like Disney and Fisher Price. Uh, as I built out my career in tech, I went into growth and community building. And for me, hiring was one of those things that wasn't as hard. Everyone says hiring is very hard, and it is, but I had this, initiative of finding other undiscovered people who I knew could succeed in tech. So that's kind of how things got
Okay.
started.
And how do you, as in like the next question, follow up question, how do you discover this hidden talent that other recruiters can't search for?
Yeah. So I happen to know that there are a lot of industries and backgrounds that people have that would make them very successful in tech. Hawley had joined us, and she had been a director at a fitness company for 10 years. She applied for a year on her own, got rejected by every tech company she reached out to. But in 10 weeks with our community, she identified her key results, her transferable skills that related to tech companies, and told that story. And within 10 weeks, she was hired as a director of customer success. She made that astounding career pivot after 10 years at a fitness company, um, in just 10 weeks. So we go to lots of different industries, and we just kind of share our content around the success stories that happen and what's possible. And then people join our community. So that's kind of how we initially start to find people.
Okay, that's absolutely amazing. I'd love to hear more about your success stories and what's been something that you still remember and you're like, wow, look at the transferable skills. This person was being rejected and is now working as a successful leader within a certain company. Of course, I'm pretty sure you have numerous, but what's that one story?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll use an example that can kind of, or anyone who's listening can learn from. The elevator pitch is critical. So when Alexandria joined our community, so I don't have an elevator pitch, I don't have key results. I've been a cost estimator in construction for 6 years. Well, what did you do as a cost estimator in construction? And so she'd been a project manager doing cost estimating. And I was like, well, how many projects did you work on a year? What was the value, the dollar amount of these projects? She's like, well, it's construction. These are $1 million projects. Ah, so now her elevator pitch sounds something like, hi, I'm Alex. I've been managing projects valuing up to, $10 million a year for the last 6 years, coordinating stakeholders across multiple departments, and I'm really interested to learn more about your project management role. And suddenly the door is open to, all of the jobs for project management roles, right? So it's
Okay.
identifying, yeah, what did you do in your career history that you can summarize that very quickly relates to the target industry that you want to join.
No, no, that's definitely amazing. Just because I think the numbers specifically, as in like when you quantify things, it just brings it up, and you're able to understand the intensity of the projects that you worked on. And if she worked on a $10 million project, and that means that she could work on such numbers if she is allocated a certain role in the future. So thank you so much for sharing that. I can definitely see that being useful to people out there. My next question for you, Melinda, would be what kind of companies do you work with in tech, specifically in helping them find good talent? What is your criteria?
Yeah, we do look for companies that embrace diversity, are looking for specifically, diversity means a lot of things, but it also means diversity of experiences. People who understand that someone who has a different career trajectory might be a great fit for them. They tend to be startups and tech companies who have a little bit more flexibility in how they think about hiring, and they're open to new solutions, and their hiring managers see the value in hiring somebody that might have a different background that complements their teams. We have helped people get no.
Okay. I
Let's
think,
just say you probably want specifics. Yes,
sorry, go ahead.
people in our community have gotten jobs at FANG, Google, Amazon, Facebook, but also at a lot of fantastic startups doing excellent work. Otter matches stay-at-home parents with working parents to offset childcare costs, and they work with us and they love interviewing people from our community and making those hires. So yeah, just name some specifics.
Okay, that's amazing. I think I'd love to understand. A lot of companies, for example, have internal recruiters who will use their own ATS, who will have their own network of people. So, what's something about your specific? Of course, you have that undiscovered talent element, but what's something that attracts other
Yeah,
companies to work with
we
you specifically,
definitely
Melinda?
help them with their recruiting process. There's so much vetting and initial screening that recruiters are doing. And what we'll do is we'll actually partner with the recruiters at those companies, and we will send candidates to them who are already vetted. We can quickly say, here are their top three key results. Here's how they relate to this specific role. And you can have an introduction today. So we it can take weeks to source candidates to invite to interviews, and we kind of come to companies say they're already qualified, they're already vetted, and that makes a big difference.
Okay, I can definitely seeing the process much more simpler and efficient, saving up time, cost, and effort by recruiters within the company. So that's definitely amazing. Last question, Melinda, would be what is one thing that you've learned along the way, especially by working with startups, by building your own community, that would be useful for people
Remember
who are
that you're
seeking jobs
applying to
today?
people, not job descriptions. Hiring managers, recruiters, they want to hire a person, not a resume. So put yourself out there and start networking. And also remember that everyone who is actively employed is incentivized to refer you to open roles at their company. So if you see someone who has a job that you might want to have, reach out to that person on LinkedIn. Say, hey, wow, I see that you're, a product manager at this company. I'm so curious about how you got there. I'd love to chat. That can lead to a referral for a job. And it's 5 times more effective than cold applying.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that they were incentivized to specifically defer someone to that job. That's okay, interesting. Never knew that. Thank you
Yeah,
for sharing that.
yeah,
That's something
absolutely.
insightful for me as well. Thank you, Melinda. So, Melinda, our time is up. It was an absolute pleasure learning about you, how you were a teacher, started your own company, building your own community, and helping thousands of people get jobs in startups or whether it's big companies. It's absolutely inspiring to see women like you exist who are out there and
Oh,
making a
well,
difference in
it's
so
been
many people's
fantastic,
lives. Thank you so
and
much.
appreciate the time today as well.